Well, thank you very much. Good afternoon, all. Actually, my presentation today showing the results of one of the pilot projects that being implemented in our research station using a new technology for detection of red palm weevil. Actually, this technology is like the ECG technology in the human being body. So, by this technology or by this sensor, we could speak or we could listen to the plant without saying any words. So we can recognize the healthy extent of the red palm weevil by monitoring the sap flow in the trunk or in the front, actually. But today, I'm going to show a case that come out with the result of the sap flow signals in the front using micro sap flow rather than using trunk sap flow. Why? Because mainly the trunk sap flow is a destructive sensor. So mainly this trunk sap flow or sensor might damage some vascular channel in the trunk rather than using the front sap flow. So let's start. Although actually I am not a plant protection expert, but I am agricultural technology specialist. So I'm talking for in this presentation in the side of technology, the sensor itself, and how this sensor could be effective in the reading the infection of red palm weevil. Actually, the red palm weevil is one of the major challenges that facing the date palm cultivation, not only in UAE, but in all of the world, all over the world. And the first case that being reported for the red palm weevil infection in UAE was in early 80s. And actually, the red palm weevil in the UAE caused a dramatic economic drop so far. Why? Because the major issue for that is the late detection of the infection. So we can know the infection or the infestation of the red palm weevil inside the trunk after a late season of damage. So it will be too late to do any treatment. So, or sometimes maybe we can know that after the date palm drop down. Actually, I prefer to move since I'm coming from academic background. I don't used to be stuck with the, but anyway, yes, it's much better. Thank you. Yes. Actually, the main problem for this pest or insect is the monitoring, as we said. So the early detection can help us in doing the right treatment at the right time before causing any damage. In this, actually, in this pilot project, we are using the sap flow that connecting with the platform via gateway and over the certain platform doing the analysis of the result. Here, the layout of our system for the sap flow. Date palm connected with the gateway, certain gateway, again, communicating with via the network, server, over the control system, and the certain platform. I need to share you, this is the SAB flow. It's a micro SAB flow, so it will not do any destructive effect for the date palm or for the frond itself. Okay, for evaluating and doing the assessment of the effectiveness or performance of the SAB flow, we are designing the experiment to, after doing artificial infestation with a known time in the trunk, and have a control treatment as trees without any treatment, and with the SAB flow sensors. Actually, here the study was conducted in Al Ain. It's an Al-Kuwaitat research station that belonged to Abu Dhabi Agriculture and Food Safety Authority. It was carried out over 1 year, okay, using more than 100 different date palm trees. Some of them actually left as a control without any infestation. Some of them we are doing infestation, manual infestation. I asked my team actually to do the infestation at any time without informing me when and how doing that. And for me, I can recognize the infection to calculate after how many days the SAB flow detect the infection. Okay, so here the date palms, okay, and some of the trees that been equipped with the SAB flow, and the other left as a control. In addition to the SAB flow, actually, since the SAB flow sensor is the sensor that measure any stress in the plant, not only the infection or the red palm weevil, maybe can reflected on with the salinity, can reflected with the drought, reflected with the climate, reflected with the physical damage. So for this, we are installing soil moisture sensors. We are doing accurate irrigation scheduling for the farm, and in addition to that, we are monitoring all of the climatic parameter during the experiment. For this presentation, actually, I will not go in details with the result. Okay, now, just to show you a brief or the major outcomes of this pilot. Today, I'm talking about the red palm weevil detection or early detection, but even in this project, we are using the result to determine and doing irrigation scheduling as well. So we are using the same result to have much more one benefit, not only for even with the salinity, but today I'm talking about the red palm weevil and infection. Here are the SAB flow signals. This is the pattern of the SAB flow. As I said, it's like ECG, the heart pulse rate for the human being, peaks up and down. So usually the SAB flow go in a peak during the daylight. Why? Because this is driven by high transpiration in the date palm. Going down during the night, and so on. This is a normal day pattern of the SAB flow. But this pattern might be changed up or down. It depends on the type of the stress, salinity, climate, humidity, whatever. Even the pest as well. And sometimes actually we have like abnormal trend of the SAB flow, like a noise signal or whatever. Here the platform that being used in our experiment. During the experiment, we had more than 200 different sensors over the different date palm tree. We are doing all of the verification and validation via the platform. We can recognize which SAB flow is working well and which of the SAB flow is not, actually, at least to do and to change the SAB or replace the SAB flow directly. This is the reflection and the reaction of the SAB flow signals with the climate parameter. For example, during, while the wind increases, that means the evapotranspiration increase. And if the temperature is high, again, the evapotranspiration is high. So here you can compare the signal or the pattern of the SAB flow signals that reacted with the temperature, humidity, and wind speed. Since those parameters, they are the main parameters that are affected the crop evapotranspiration in the agriculture cultivation. Okay, this is one of the major, crucial results. Okay, without going in deep with analysis and scientific analysis of the quantitative data. Here, for the SAB flow, at this time, my colleague did the manual infestation. At that time, I didn't know when they did that. Okay, and they didn't mention me. They are doing that. Maybe they did that after 2 months of, or much more than 2 months of after starting the experiment. Okay, directly after 6 days of the artificial infestation, I can recognize the infection via SAB flow, compared to 26 days for visual symptoms. So you can compare, you can imagine, okay, by using this technology to actually recognize the infection after 6 days, that might be able for you to do a treatment much more effective compared to the 26 days that this time, that's mean the whole trunk of it's already damaged, and the tree it's almost very close to drop down. Okay, the major challenge for this experiment, as I said, the SAB flow does not show only the red palm weevil infestation or infection. It shows all of the stresses for the plant. So during some event, while we have high humidity, atmospheric humidity, the SAB flow show an increase in the transpiration. Maybe sometimes we will ask ourselves why. The humidity increase, it comes to our mind, common sense, the transpiration is supposed to be decreased, but why the SAB flow increased? The SAB flow increased, once we have high humidity, that means we will have high temperature as well. So the plant doing their own adaptation to do a cooling effect. So to do that, the transpiration become more, okay, to adapt with the high temperature that might happen during the days of high humidity. Okay, I did 1 or 2 times event. At that time, I would like to see how the SAB flow signals change if I did a damage for the front, physical damage. I did that by our labor. I asked them to cut one of the front, okay, like as you see here. We cut one of the front, physical damage. Again, directly once we did that, the subflow signals decreased. Directly, the pattern actually reacted with the physical damage that happened, and still continue at that pattern until next day. So again, the subflow signals might change over the physical damage. Before going to the recommendation, maybe I show the positive of the subflow, but again, what is the challenge during the implementation, and what is the challenge if we would like to go for this technology in a large scale? First of all, this technology is a tree-specific technology. That means to recognize the infection, you should have subflow sensor in each tree. So imagine that I have a farm with 1,000 date palm. That means I need thousands of sensors, and it needs to, expert to analyze the data that coming out and to recognize the signal that coming from the subflow infection, the red balm weevil infection, or from the other stresses as well. The other point is now we are working on that, okay? Since the subflow pattern changed over different stresses, how we could recognize this change is coming from the date palm or red balm weevil infection or not. It might come from other stress. So now we are trying to define like indicator that is related directly with the red balm weevil in particular, not with other factor, okay? Still, actually, we didn't reach to any result so far, but hopefully we will. And we have other pests for the date palm. It's date palm borer. So again, date palm borer in the trunk, it will show the same. So how could I recognize this is coming from the red balm or from the borer or from the climate or whatever? So this is a challenge actually still. We need to work on that. I share you only with the result of our pilot that been carried out over the last year. And now we are continuing our project to try to overcome all of the challenges that been mentioned currently. But as a preliminary result, okay, we found that the subflow reduction is effective in early detection for the red balm weevil infestation, as been shown. By the way, and I show you one incident, but I had a lot of incidents. Okay, just to convey the message of the pilot. But I had a lot and many of those that been done all over the year of the while the experiment is running. Here again, we need an expert to translate the result. Why? Because the result might be confusing. This subflow reduction might be from salinity or coming from temperature. Now we need some, for this technology, we need some experts who can read the signal and can recognize this change, this fluctuation and the pattern coming from the red balm weevil. The third one, actually, we are doing right now a lot of research, a lot of experiment now running to define all of the challenges that have been mentioned earlier. Well, thank you very much, and by this I'm coming to the end. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Ali, for presenting the potential of this sap flow and detecting early pests in date palm tree and really making sure that we address it early on. A lot of potential. Is now the question, how can it be scaled after addressing all the challenges that you have just shared right now? But it's just impressive to see, like, how can we take these learnings and see how can to scale it to UAE and the rest of the GCC region. Yeah, if you have any comment.
Actually, those SABI flow sensors have been developed from our colleague, from us in ADAFSA and from some colleague in South Korea. So this project have been done in collaboration with the South Korea colleague in the government, the MAFRA. Okay, it's the Ministry of Agriculture and...
of course, yeah. Great. I would love to open again the floor for questions. Yes.
Thank you, Dr. Ali, for this nice presentation. Just wondering if ADAFSA and your group, are they working towards any natural alternative to control this red palm weevil by using some natural anti-pest therapies or anti-pest treatments? And is that a way forward we should look forward to handle this kind of disaster for date palm?
Well, thank you very much. In fact, my presentation talking about the monitoring, the first stage, not the treatment. But of course, the treatment is one of the major stage. Today in the morning, I have just a discussion with my colleague from New York University talking about certain treatment of the red palm weevil. So yes, this is coming in the next stage. But mainly, I think of course, the treatment is important, but it's not to the same level of difficulties as the monitoring. Why? Because, you know, this red palm weevil is a silent disease, like a cancer or like whatever. Okay, you couldn't see the infection before the tree is dropping down, so it's too late. So my presentation is on the monitoring to solve the early detection of the red palm. But the treatment is good as well. It's very important. Yes.
Yeah. Another question? Yes, please.
No, I just wanted to make a comment related to the question. There is an international consortium which just started working, addressing red palm weevil. It's a collaboration between UAE Presidential Court and, I mean, it's funded from UAE Presidential Court and the Gates Foundation, with the participation of ADAFSA, all the local partners. And it has 5 work streams. One work stream is on sensors. Another work stream is on using biological control, using predators and other organisms to control the pest. Another work stream is on biotech applications, biotech tools. A fourth one is on good agricultural practices. So that whatever latest technology in terms of that can be used for control red palm weevil is in place, and over the next 3 years, so that that international consortium is there to try to control red palm weevil, because it's a major pest not only in UAE, but it's meanwhile recorded in 60 countries. It's attacking date palm, coconut, as well as oil palm, and so that's why there is an international effort to try to control that insect pest.
Yes, well, thank you very much, Michael. Yes, that's right. Now we are in a consortium with ICBA, with ICARDA, with ADAFSA that working on this. But actually, again, I think even in the consortium, we should start, we are planning to start from where we are ended, not to start from scratch, since we are doing a lot of effort regarding the red palm weevil, with the sonic method, with the sub flow, with the pheromone, with many methods actually. So thank you for this comment. Thank you.
And thank you, Dr. Ali, for this very important presentation. And again, it shows, oh, sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you, Dr. Ali, for this nice presentation. I'm Dr. Muhammad Al-Qasim from Jordan. And Dr. Ali was my colleague at my work at the National Center for Agricultural Research. However, just I want to mention two things. The first one, in plant protection, we do not use pheromone to monitor date palm weevil. Because if you use these pheromones, it will bring date palm weevil to your field. We use pheromones to make mass, what do you call it, mass trapping for the palm weevil. So we were telling people not to use pheromone for monitoring if they don't have already the palm weevil in their fields. We use like feed lure or something like that, not a sexual pheromone. The second thing regarding your technique is a very promising technique. We don't, in biological control, or let's say in plant protection, we don't detect every plant. We don't put sensor on every plant. We couldn't. But we may use this technique, if it is work well, to detect the infestation or the infection of date palm weevil in the fields. So we do 3, 4, let's say, sensors in each field near together, and we take records if there is any difference in the SAP microsensor. I think you should study this thing for the what do you call it, a wide area of farms. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Qasim. As our moderator said, actually, we are planning actually to have like combination with different monitoring method, as you said. Now, of course, we are focusing on SabiFlow, but still we need to minimize the challenge that being mentioned, since as I said, this is a tree specific, and it's not logic to have sensor on each tree. We are planning to have like a sort of combination for different methods. Why? Because by the end of the day, Dr. Al-Qasim, it's not enough to know, this farm is infected. We need to know which tree is infected as well. Why? Because again, if we know this farm is infected, that means we should go treatment for all of the trees. Again, it's not logic. So, I think the challenge is to define which tree is infected, to do treatment for that tree in particular, okay? That's why I totally agree with you. It's not logic to have a tree-specific SabiFlow, and even for the analysis, it's a very hectic method, by the way, to do analysis of the result that coming out from thousands of SabiFlow. It's not easy. So we are trying now. We have plan, research plan, protocol, to have some sort of combination with mass trapping, with sonic method, as well as with SabiFlow. So maybe that could help us to recognize which tree in particular is infected. Hopefully that.
Thank you, Mr. Ali, again. Thank you again. And
thank you.
I mean, I also heard from different intervention how prioritized is this on the agenda to make sure that this is not at the UAE, this is across a lot of the countries that are facing the same challenge. And I want to emphasize again that, it's about also building on the existing knowledge, on the practices, rather than starting from scratch. So thank you again, Dr. Ali.
Thank you.
Thank you. Let's give a big round of applause.